Hello everyone. Hope you're doing great. This is Motorsport Progression, and I'm back again with another video. So I just want to talk about the Japanese Grand Prix free practice 2 and what happened in that session. So starting off with free practice 2, you know, basically there was a big crash for Jack Doohan in an Alpine, but he didn't take part in free practice 1. So he was replaced by he was replaced by Ryo Hirakawa in free practice 1, and in free practice 2 he took to the session. Okay, him taking to the session on his first flying lap into turn 1, he had a big crash, like more than 30 G's, 30 times the force of gravity, so it was a big crash, but I'm happy that he was okay. And he entered into the turn 1 with the DRS on, so it might have been a malfunction or a driver error. It's either one. Alpine has to explain it to us. So it could have been a DRS malfunction where it didn't work when he turned it off entering the corner. Or the DRS as well. I heard when you brake, it turns off itself. So I don't know what happened there. So Alpine have to explain it. So I have to do a bit of research on that one. So that was the first red flag of the session. And the car was wrecked, what I'm saying? The car was wrecked. And that was what I'm saying? Like, the car was wrecked, and there was the first red flag of the session. And that was his first quick lap as well. So disappointing for him. He missed basically two practice sessions. And then Alonso, also in turn A, he had a wheel on the grass, and he was into the gravel. And, that was a second red flag. Alonso, he put a wheel into turn 8, yeah. So between turn 9, 10 complex, yeah, he went into the gravel. So he couldn't get the car out of the gravel. So that was another red flag for the session. And that was only 30 minutes to go now. So when the green lights came back on, Russell had a little battle with Verstappen on the track. Out of the pits, they had a small battle, just to, like a race reference kind of. And Russell and Verstappen, they came to blows last season, about some little incident that happened where, Verstappen goes on like a bully, but, someone had to stand up to him. So it was good for Russell to stand up to Verstappen last year, to show him that, yo, there's men around here as well. You know what I mean? You're not the only champion around here. So yeah, peeps. So there was a third red flag here with the fire on the track. So basically, in Japan, Suzuka, it was very hot here, and the grass here, the sparks coming from underneath the car, causing a fire onto the hot grass in it. So those sparks hitting the grass here, causing a fire, it brought a red flag. It started burning the grass, and it will spread quickly. But the marshals were on top of things, they were on top of things, so it was good. But so that's three red flags already. And then when the green lights came back on, Russell had another little battle with Leclerc actually on the track, like a little another race kind of reference, with Leclerc. And then you had you had Verstappen struggling with the feeling of the car. He said he had no front end at all. So, Red Bull had to look into that and, make that correct. And he was struggling into the final chicane. I could see, in the entry, and then him entering and then trying to exit, it was all crossed up, the steering wheel. So Red Bull had something to fix there in free practice 2. And then there was a fourth and final red flag, yeah, caused by another fire, and that wasn't good at all. So there was two red flags for the fire, and one for a big crash, and another one for a driver and a gravel. So it was an interrupted session, free practice 2 for the Japanese Grand Prix, and the drivers didn't really get much data. And Oscar Piastri was quicker than Lando Norris, and Isaac Hadjar was in third. Liam Lawson was in fourth. So, the two practice sessions, the first one with Lando Norris was in first, and then the second one, Oscar Piastri was first, for the second practice sessions. So let me just give you the top 20 for free practice 2 quickly. So you had Oscar Piastri in first position, Lando Norris in second position, Isaac Hadjar in third position. You got Lewis Hamilton in fourth position. Liam Lawson in fifth position. George Russell in sixth position. Charles Leclerc in seventh position. Max Verstappen in eighth position. Pierre Gasly in ninth position. Carlos Sainz in 10th position. Then you had Alexander Albon in 11th position, Nico Hulkenberg in 12th position, Gabriel Bortoleto in 13th position, Esteban Ocon in 14th position, Oliver Behrman in 15th position, Kimi Antonelli in 16th position, Fernando Alonso in 17th position, Yuki Tsunoda in 18th position, Lance Stroll in 19th position, and Jack Doohan in 20th position. So yeah, peeps, that was the classification for the Japanese Grand Prix free practice 2 2025. So Oscar Piastri was quickest in that session, but it wasn't a representative session because there was four red flags. Let's say each red flag took 10 minutes. Yeah, that's 40 minutes gone. So they probably only had like 20 minutes of running. So yeah, peeps, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, I'm smiling and laughing at that. What I'm saying? I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Yeah. So I just want to say to everyone, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. The channel is growing, and is a testament to all of you. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell as well. Like the video as well. So it helps the algorithm. Then you can drop your comments below if you got any comments. Let me know what you think about free practice 2. And if you got any questions to ask me about Formula One or any motorsport, you can ask me and I'll answer you back. And also, you can share the video as well on your various social media platforms so other people can know about the channel and get the knowledge as well. So yeah, peeps, you can also click on another video and there's more content on the channel that you can find out about. And also you can come back on the channel anytime you feel like it or anytime you want to check out some great content. So yeah, peeps, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. I just want to say thank you to everyone, and I'm on to the next one. Bless up.